Virgo, greetings and salutations, my friends. We are going to jump right on into your hopes, fears. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not what we're doing today. Virgo, we're going to jump right into your 5 card movie star spread. See, I almost gave you the wrong reading. Shame on me. Well, hell. Mm, so, in case you've never clicked on the description box below to explain exactly how to use this spread, basically what we have here is we have the protagonist, the antagonist, the overall theme, the journey, and the possible outcome. Okay? And the reason I'm pointing that out is this is just a basic energy check of the here and now. And it gives you a possible outcome if you stay stagnant in the energy that you're in. The purpose of this 5 card movie star spread is to see if you need to do something to change the outcome. And judging by your possible outcome, I would say yes. You need to do something differently than the way you're doing it now. So let's see how we got here. Okay, Virgo? This is a moment of victory. This is a time for you to celebrate. This is a time for you to be on top. But if you've ever heard the saying, don't rest on your laurels, basically what it's saying is there's always room to go. There's always room to grow. There's always something more that needs to be done, right? So imagine that this is a parade or some sort of victory that's hard won. This person takes their laurels and they raise them high and they have a moment of pride. But there's a difference between being proud and being prideful. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. And therein lies the warning. Because you have the Fool card in the inverse. You see, you've achieved a little something, so now you think you know it all. Mm. Mm. You're like, this is my second time around. I've already done all this. I don't have to worry about it. See, the Fool in the upright is somebody who has the blind faith that they're going to succeed or they're going to survive. So there's a little bit of naivete. The Fool in the inverse is somebody who's already been around and learned a few lessons. But have you learned every lesson? You sure the hell are acting like you did. But let's be real. Nobody ever knows everything, Virgo. So here you are, you have some self-discipline, you have some skill, and you're balancing out energies. You're setting up milestones, and you've decided that you're going to go in this particular direction. You put out a little roadmap to your life, and because you're successful now, and you've been successful in the past, you're like, there's no way I won't succeed this time. But in your journey here, we have a lack of resilience. A moment of weakness, a bend in your armor, if you will. You're going to start this journey very strong and very proud, but something during the journey is going to make you stumble on your pride. Something's not going to work out the way you expected it to, and you're going to be humbled. You're going to have to tell yourself, oh, maybe I didn't know it all. Maybe there are some things I didn't understand. Maybe there are some warnings that I should have heeded. Maybe instead of gloating, I should have networked. You know? Because when you hit this snag, when you come across this thing that wasn't part of your plans and you don't have the resilience to push through right away, then you're going to let it trip you up for good. You see, this card in the upright tells me that you run into a problem and you overcome it. This card in reverse says it's very, very difficult to overcome. And when it's coupled with the Eight of Swords, this is a prison in your mind of your own making. If you've ever seen Hamlet, This should be a very specific picture to you. It's almost like your pride or ego is going to be shaken to the point that it makes you question the entirety of the journey. You'll get stuck on yourself. You'll get stuck in your head. You can be your own worst enemy in this process. Yeah. And then the strategy doesn't work out and you're too focused on what went wrong. You don't see the opportunity to bring in the harvest anyway. So what does this tell me? This tells me that you start off on this venture with a lot of pride and on your own, acting like you can do it all by yourself. But something happens, right? If you stay in this prideful energy, if you tell yourself you're above everybody and above everything and you know it all and only you have this figured out and you're going to do it your own way and you don't need anybody else, something is going to happen to trip you up and you become your own worst enemy in this process. The pride, the ego gets to be your downfall because when ego is fractured, it's worse than actual broken bones sometimes. You see, because bones can be put on a time frame, whereas your ego cannot when it comes to healing. So if the timing doesn't work out the exact way that you planned, then you'll focus on what went wrong instead of giving it enough time and giving it the things that it actually needs to ripen and be ready for a harvest. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. Has this happened yet? No. Is it happening now? Yes. Is there time to change the possible outcome? Absolutely. The lesson to be learned here, Virgo, is that this endeavor is not to be endured alone, and you don't have all the information to just barrel on through and make it happen. There are limitations here, and you are not seeing the limitations. I'm not saying you can't accomplish the goal, but the purpose, and here's the key, the purpose in defining your limitations, Virgo, is so you can work past them. Because if you don't define your limitations and expect the unexpected, when those limitations come in, it will stifle you. And that's all this is saying. You have a plan, and that plan has a time frame. It is not going to work out on the time frame that you want. Prepare for that. It doesn't say it's not going to work out. On the contrary, it says that it can. It's just not going to happen the way you expected it to. Don't let that hurt your pride. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you guys next time.